Right, well, I'm going to begin by asking you both, when you watch the film back, which I'm sure you've done now, are you able to enjoy it and watch it as an audience member would? Are you always watching it as an actor and sort of picking out different parts and memories from the set?
I know, both, yeah. I mean, this is my first film, and in all of my TV stuff that I've done, I've watched it and only seen myself doing it and picked up on little things and criticised myself, and this is the first thing that I've been able to watch just as a film and not think it's me, and that's really nice, and
just think it's someone else.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't even think that. I just watch it as I would a film. And
just like a new audience would watch another film. Just really.
Do you think it helps that because you were using kind of CGI and stuff, that it's obviously quite a different experience on screen to what you experienced? Do you think that's partly the reason?
I think maybe because when you watch films like this, and you don't really think of how much has gone into it to make characters like Paddington, like with the CGI and everything. So
he's just
really.
We sort of just usually see him in his true form without CGI. He's just an eyeline really, and then they just put some magic into him, and he's there.
So what did they use to help you sort of imagine Paddington was there in front of you?
Well, we did have we had like quite a lot. We had there was a big like Paddington model.
Yeah.
And then there was an eye line with like 2 beads, and then there was another eye line which had just fluorescent tape.
Yeah.
And
so
then
there was always something there. We weren't just sort of looking into space and having to imagine where he was. We always had an accurate line to look at to speak to. So
we had a lovely double. We had a lovely double for Paddington.
Lauren,
she was so nice.
Yeah. So was it quite tough though to have to use your imagination to that extent and picture this bear in front of you when it might have been another person or a model?
At the start, it was quite tricky, but we got used to him and we started imagining he was there. He was real. So yeah.
And I think for me, I don't think it was actually that hard to imagine, because the way that it was written, it was so you could just imagine him there even by just reading the script. That when we were speaking and when we were doing the dialogue,
you can imagine his actions in our mind. You can see what he's doing.
You can imagine the way that he is moving, because it's so descriptive in the script.
We can feel our emotions, because if he wasn't there, we'd just be fine.
Yeah,
but if when we read the script, we just imagine him there, and then we just feel emotionally. We may laugh, we may cry, we do some things that he does.
Yeah.
And I mean, it must have been so surreal at times to be on this film set. I mean, did you ever sort of have to pinch yourself? Because I mean, the whole experience must have been just remarkable for both of you.
It was fantastic.
It was. It was just such a. I mean, he's such an icon. Fantastic. Paddington is such a British
institution.
Icon. Yeah, exactly. And he's so well known that it took me a while to sort of think of the fact that actually we're filming a film that's Paddington Bear, you know, Michael Bond's Paddington Bear. It is such an amazing thing if you think about it. That I did have to sort of think a couple of times. Wow, and it still hasn't really dawned on me. It's only when it's near to it coming out, and it's like, whoa, it's actually happening.
Because I mean, I'm assuming obviously you're still sort of both at school, which must be amazing. Because once I drew just a picture when I was in like year 4 of the England goalkeeper at the time, David Seaman, and it went on the wall. And I spent the next week walking around like I owned the place because I was so proud. But you guys must go into school, and all your friends, I imagine, must be going to the cinema to see you this Christmas. That must be quite an incredible and quite humbling sort of experience, I guess.
Yeah, sort of. Some of my friends are quite jealous.
Yeah,
to be honest.
same.
I just hide them, just tell them that, and then they just know that, but then they'll really enjoy it when they see it.
Yeah,
it's good.
I mean, for me, like, I keep my school and my work very, very separated. So I go into school after an audition, and I never talk about it. I will not talk about anything unless someone asks me.
Yeah.
Because I just like to keep it sort of that.
And just keep it calm.
So I have people who sort of constantly like, oh, what's it like? And
it's quite
constantly like speaking to me. And then I've got my friends who are just like, how'd the audition go? Yeah, good. That's it. Yeah. And they ask about it, and they ask how things went.
Different characters.
But then that's it, and that's really nice, because then sort of go back into reality a bit and just get on with it.
Yeah, because there are different characters. The people who ask the questions, they're just like the chilled out people, like, how was it, mate? And they're like, yeah, it was fine. And they're like, cool. And then the other one's like, what do you do? How was it going? And they're like, oh.
How does it all work? What's it like?
I was like, well, it was really good. And then you ask 20 more questions.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
It's when people ask you the same questions, because you get one person asking something,
and then another person,
I'm just like, just go ask him.
Gosh,
just go ask him, he knows.
He's just write it down on a notepad.
Yeah.
Well, you both did a better job than me. I think I'd have I'm in Paddington's written across my forehead going into school, I think. But I was wondering as well, I mean, obviously this is an incredible cast. I mean, the likes of Hugh Bonneville to Sally Hawkins to Nicole Kidman. I mean, how helpful was it having such experienced, such talented actors around you every day to sort of settle you into this?
It was really helpful because the first film that I did was The Impossible was more of an experience, but Paddington is more of a lesson because everyone around me, they're always helping me, they're always teaching me to do new things, new methods, and they're really helpful. They're really nice.
Yeah, no, I think it is because this is my first film. I've done television work, but there's an amount of time on television work where you generally don't spend as much time because it is a half an hour program or something like that. You don't spend so much time put into it, whereas with this we did so much
really
work
long.
onto it. We did rehearsals before filming, so we got to know our parents and we got to know all the characters, so it was so great working with experienced actors because they could easily help out.
So we could experience it because we just did it all the time, so we could feel what we would actually feel on the day.
Yeah. So I was just wondering, so what was the favourite scene to shoot? What was your favourite day on the set?
Natural History Museum. I really liked it. It just came to life.
Yeah, it was really great. There was a scene I did on the reshoots when that was put into it actually, which was when Paddington licks my face. Which
is the aloe vera.
It was aloe vera gel, and at the end of the day, I was like, well, one side of my face feels really nice. So it was like, something's good coming out of it.
I didn't know who licked was a sanitizer.
Yeah, but it was just hilarious because obviously the way they did it, it was one of our arts guys, Pablo with a paintbrush.
Yeah, he just paint was put it all over.
So my final question is just: is this it for you both now? I mean, ideally, would you like to consider yourselves to be actors for good now? Is this where you like to see yourself in 20 years or 30 years time, still doing this career?
Yeah, I'd
hope so. I like my art and I do a lot of painting and I want to go down an artistic route, but I want to use this to get me doing that, and I want to do this for as long as it will work, really.
Yeah, you can paint your thoughts in years. Because painting is very good to just help you and it's very calming, and then when you do something like this, you get into it.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It's been a real pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey